Hello, Bomber Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play, Blue does a Bomber Battleship with Sebillians on it, right? C-Team's gonna go handle it. They're geared up, to some amount. I'll be honest with you, future tubers. I didn't do a great job of gearing these guys out. I spent a lot of time just looking at stuff and thinking about stuff, but then I got tired of min-maxing all my grenades and weight equipment. It's C-Team, so, they've got some new guns. You'll see some new guns today, but, it's just C-Team. It's just C-Team. I was thinking, I kind of almost regret having 3 teams now. 3 teams early game when you're on the bad dropship makes sense. But once you get the faster dropships, you can just have 1 or 2. And they can fly everywhere, and then you have to build less gear, and yeah, it's fine. You can put all the antimatter on one team, and you'd have one really good equipment. That would probably be better than what we're doing. Anyway, we're not doing that. So, it's a bomber battleship. It had something like 4 Reapers and 11 Harridan. So don't underestimate it. We didn't bring extra gear, because, why would I do that? But, you know the drill, right? Pretty standard looking loadout. We're still bringing some sonic weapons and our new rail carbines. We've got the new rail minigun, and, lots of this, as usual. Other than that, lots of pulse still. What happens to the med kits? These are the phase 4 med kits. Every phase of the game, they get upgraded and heal you a little bit more, and they weigh a little bit more. Okay, this is a corner, so probably can just head down there and clear it. And this is farther away corner, but we're on the farm. The farm maps tend to be the nicer ones. Just disband the C-Team? Well, yeah, we should have done that earlier if we were going to do it, because we spent all the money on the armor. So right now we built, or the money, all the resources. We have 5 extra Ripper armors, Alpha Wolves, and Guardians. I didn't really think of it till recently with the antimatter shortage and the alloy shortage. So I already sort of wasted the tank alloys and everything. We could disband them, but part of that is because we're Let's Playing, it feels a little bit unfair. And again, this is just a minor thing, but it feels a little unfair to the viewers if your unit gets disbanded. Because, you've become attached to your unit, and then I just went and deleted it. So your troops never get another mission, kind of thing. So, I don't know. We'll see how I feel. I haven't really decided yet. I'm just saying, I think it would be advantageous to not go 3 teams with the better dropships. In the early game, it was very difficult to cover all the shot downs, but now it's not so bad because we can fly so quick. And I'm just skipping all the missions anyway because I'm getting tired. So, oh well, we're pretty close to this bomber battleship. This could be interesting. This maybe change of plan. Maybe change of plan. That's means the teleporter's right here. So if they're nearby, this could be real gross. Well, there's a couple tanks. So this is a choke point and choke point. And I doubt, other than once we clear back here, there's probably not going to be much more. Let's go to the 3rd Z level. Okay, well, all we can see nearby is the 2 tanks. That's interesting. Okay, I'm okay with opening this side. Hey, look, it's a Harridan. Kill it. That's a dead Harridan. Where once there was... How many Harridans were on this map? 10 or 11? Well, now there's one less than 10 or 11. That's the one that shot us. Okay. So if we remember that spot, we could take some shots there. This corner is mostly clear, though. If only we had someone with an antimatter rifle that we could just move over here and take some shots. I doubt this will do a lot of damage, but hey. 11 to shoot one more is enough to get out of the way. Alright. Ah, Big Mohammeds. Here we go. Come on, C-Team. I think we got him. I don't see his corpse, but it sounds like that might have been enough. Alright, Lone Eagle. Just make sure he's dead. You hit him once. Alright, well that didn't work. Never mind. Well, I'm feeling like C-Team's lives don't matter. The best way to not have to do 3 teams worth of management is to just get all these guys killed. And then I didn't just delete your team. No, no, no. You were killed by the aliens. That's fair. I didn't open the right doors, apparently. That's the way to do it. Just accidentally get your team killed. Now this is going to be a nasty little doorway. No. This should be safe until they shoot the cover or throw a grenade over there. I don't really have very good sniper-ness. I'm also kind of expecting some Harridan to fly around again. We've seen the Harridan flying over the top of the ship before. I guess we're just lucky this is not XCOM Apocalypse, where there are literally holes in the UFO, and the flyer units just fly right out of them and do whatever they want, which was interesting, but more annoying than super exciting. Well, at least he's suppressed. We didn't kill him after all that. You could probably hit him like one more time. Technically still yes. Oh, 69. You failed me. 69's not supposed to miss like that. Alright, what else do we got? Pulse, dude. This is not the safest place, but this is where you're going. C-Team. See ya, team. It's been nice knowing you. Once you're all dead, I don't have to manage your base anymore. And I can just send your antimatter weapons back to A-Team. This is actually not a bad idea to have a shotgun guy. Whatever. Providing... This is not my shot. Where's my sniper go? That's the one I meant to click. So, the plan was Reaper protection, right? Whatever. If they attack the tank, no big deal. If they run past the tank, have some overwatches. Sure, whatever. Didn't work. Okay, look, C-Team. It's see ya, team. See ya later, team. I guess my guys must have shot a hole in that wall. Because I was pretty sure my shotgun guy was out of the way. Now, if the farmers get access to the rail shotguns, they're going to have a great time. Because that's a nice upgrade for the farmers, too. I don't know how long that will take, but... Call them the Expendables? Yeah, the squad where I don't care about cover, and I just play fast. And they last as long as they last. My speedrun team. The XCOM 2 speedrun team. You just go. Gotta go fast. Normally, I wouldn't leave my guy standing out in the middle of nowhere, but because it's see ya later team... I never did check back here, you know. C team doesn't need to check behind them, though. They know where all the enemies are ahead of time. Hey, pulse weapons. Good thing I haven't upgraded those yet. Alright, we got him. 2 Harridans down. Now, we know there are some tanks over there. Thank you very much. Let's go find them. Maybe, for interest's sake, we do it like this. Fire away! This is really not a very smart idea, but it's the fun idea. And it's the idea you're getting. So enjoy it. Why can't you see him? Fella. Alright. Come on, sonic rifle. Did a lot of damage. You just can't fire it very many times. They're, you know... Do I have to say it? They are pretty tanky, you know. Oh, hey. We might be shooting at different tanks. This is a terrible place to stay because there's probably a bunch of enemies that are going to start sniping us. We're going to have to use the tank to lure some fire. Even Pro Tank is not as good as Cat Tankilo on B Team. Rail minigun! Doing more damage than Gauss minigun ever did. We got one. Alright. Who did I miss? We haven't used the sniper yet. I mean, keeping an eye on this back area seems like a good idea. Okay, don't worry. 11 time units will keep you protected if there's a Reaper. Alright, because I don't want them to die, I'm gonna put some smoke down just in case. Just in case. There you go. Much safer, C-Team. See you later, team is gonna live another day. Could have used the antimatter cannon to hit both tanks at once. Oh, you can't defeat Pro Tank. Good job. That's just some fire weapons there, no big deal. Alright, well not as much fire as I was expecting. Oh, they're gonna drive through the swamp again. Well, they'll come out now, you watch. Alright, do you feel lucky? To be fair, antimatter's not the best against these tanks. They got a lot of life. You need big damage, not just antimatter tech. Now, how accurate do you think this would be in reality? We hit him a few times. Yeah, I had a feeling the game was lying about our shot accuracy. The game always lies. I mean, sure, you might hit a 2% once in a while, but we just hit like 3 2%. And 3 9%. And a 7%. See, the game is just always cheating. You just don't know. Sometimes it's cheating for you, sometimes it's cheating against you. Alright, 1 hit, dead. What? Oh, hello! Hi, how are you? Have you... Whew, I did not expect there to be a Sebillian guard there. Did he just teleport in? He walked in from off map? With his little fire rifle? Incinerator rifle? How did we miss that guy? Wow. Alright, good job, C-Team. C-Team saw through adversity. And got the kill. Alright. For now, my snipers are really more Reaper protection. Anytime I want, though, they could switch their shotgun out. Use, like, the shotgun to shoot the grass, and then snipe. Which, maybe next turn. There we go. Reaper Zeta. Alright, this is the dubstep Final Fantasy remix. No Reapers allowed. Now, because of the swamp, it's kind of hard to see stuff down there. We need to get some vision for our potential snipes. Okay, well, this is unfortunate. Nice empty field. No enemies to snipe. Sure, let's not leave you guys totally exposed. Some cover's better than no cover. I guess Dave is going to go do a flyby. 100% super safest thing you ever did see. There's someone down here that was shooting at us. Apparently the civilians are actually snipers. There's one. Well, I was just talking about my cool strategies. We actually have line of fire on him right now, apparently. I don't have a sniper rifle. Why would I bring my sniper rifle? Great strategy, great strategy. Genius. Genius IQ. Okay, how about this one? We might be able to do it. Looks good. We can totally one-shot him with this, right? Sonic! C-Team, just give them all Sonic weapons. A-Team gets Antimatter, B-Team gets... Rail, C-Team gets Sonic. If you had to classify the weapon text as in A, B, C, and you can only have one, clearly the best would be Antimatter. Is second best, like, actually Electron? No, it probably goes Antimatter, Pulse, Electron, Rail. Maybe Sonic? Well, yeah, I want to move up. A little bit of a brain fart there. You know what? You know how it goes. I'm expecting trouble. Yeah, that's a good spot. Get out of there, Dave. Stay away from the entrance, I think. And expect more Reapers. We've killed one, and I think a farmer killed one somewhere, but you know, it's not enough to just kill them. You have to stop them from reproducing. Just like Robert. Alright, I am gonna want a scout. Just get on down there, Soldrez. You'll be fine. Okay, there's got to be like a Harridan or something way down there. I don't believe that a lizard can snipe from that far away. That's just not fair. Well, there's a zombie. Oh. Well, alright, so... how about that sniper? How about that sniper? Well. So glad I got Sonic's weapons. That was my one shot. Does that answer your question, Blood Angel? I don't want to get too close. He lost all of his rings. He got one shot, and then he dropped them. Some streams are just quiet streams. I would say tonight has been a relatively quiet chat stream. Lots of people lurking. We've got a good number of viewers just casually watching the stream, but sometimes it's just not as loud. Everyone's just recovering from the COVID. See, look at that. Snipers all over. Snipers. That was good, though. I got the suppress. Lurkers all over the place. As soon as you call them out, suddenly they arrive. I guess damage to this is priority? Huh. Interesting. Is anyone on C team able to attack the Reaper from long range? Well, we did 100 damage. Come on, antimatter's all we need. All you need is antimatter. Well, that was some good damage. Hey, that's the one we needed. It's a good thing we sent them one good weapon. I do think a lot of people use my Let's Plays for background while they're doing their own thing, listening, falling asleep, playing their own video games, which is totally awesome. Because I do that a lot of the times myself with other live players. Hopefully alive players. And we'll run up to here. Alright, well, Niffle. Just run you back. You got your vision. That's good enough. Now get out of there. You watch active big BT missions. Yeah, I see everyone's... That's the problem, man. I'm sure lots of people are skipping the missions they're not on. Just tell me when I'm back on, when I'm over my injury, Blue. Just let me know. I'll skip to that episode once I've recovered. We've recruited too many people, and now everyone wants to watch only their own missions where their soldiers can die. I don't think that's really the case. I just think it's kind of funny. We're just going to slow it down a little bit. There's Reapers coming. Oh yeah, Praetor. Don't forget, there's a Praetor on this ship, and it's not dead. Could be new antimatter weapons. Either way, gotta try to catch them all. I don't actually think we need to catch him, though. Didn't we already catch a Praetor... a Praetor bomber, I think, or whatever you call them. So if we've already caught one, then it doesn't really matter. What? Did that say 89? It should have said 890, not 89 from the friggin' Sonic piece of crap. This thing does 400 damage. How does it do 89? They don't have 300 armor. Ugh. Ugh. I wonder which sniper rifle is better. Can't even fire at that range. And here we demonstrate the weapon technology that is good. It is also a sniper, but fires up to 6 times per round. It's like a pulse rifle meets sonic rifle. And also pierces armor. Well, yeah, antimatter rifles are like a combination pulse sniper with the damage output closer to sonic. Bam, that's what you got. They pierce armor like pulse, they fire like crazy, they got long range, high accuracy, and they do lots of damage. That's how we compare technologies at this point. And that's only Mark III. Crossing this field is going to be such a pain. Hey, at least he's suppressed. It's just one guy. And because I have no snipers, and the sniper's job would be to kill someone like this. Counter the sniper. But no one can even hit him. Well, you know, reflexes or something. And then this side is dangerous because teleporter. You know, Reapers and all that. Well, that doesn't work. Don't just stand out in the middle of the swamp. This swamp is a terrible position. That's the main thing messing me up. Is it's so difficult to walk through this. Just yell at those farmers. Oh, I forgot that dude out there. Yeah. Tell the farmers to stop. You know, stop growing swamps. That's a pretty good, not quite a jackpot, but pretty good win on the Ankylo dice. Yeah, I know there's people back there. We just can't. Like, I wanted to go this way, and then we're pinned down by this punk. Alright, Dave, you got this. Zero. Alright, King Sarius. I thought you were going to kill Dave there, actually, to be honest. Epsilon. Yep. 95%. 95%. I mean, we're doing damage. I was hoping. No, I wasn't hoping. I just had a feeling he was going to. Once the projectile started and it was not on target, it started veering to the left. I'm like, uh-oh. Here it is. Antimatter pistol gets the job done. We are good to go. The music's playing. That's how you knew I was going to win that one. It's happy music. I just got to remember, this is the speedrun team. We don't really care if they die. It's fine. We don't have to play like this is A-Team. A-Team dying would suck. Blue shows favoritism. I mean, I wouldn't call you C-Team if you were actually A-Team. Sounds like a third tank. Alright, Pro Tank. You know what this means. Tank duel coming on up. I believe in you. First you have to see the tank, though, to defeat the tank. You have to find the tank to destroy the tank. Operator! Alright, good. Everyone hold up. Very important mission. Killing is not an option. Might hit him. Technically did some stun damage. It's a bit of a fluke, but we got him. There is a very noisy train outside. Sometimes the trains get a little bit crazy around here. Living in a city, you know how it is. They get excited. Yelling at the cars or whatever to get out of the way. Alright, well, maybe we get a good grenade. That's a good grenade. Didn't do anything. Yet. No, you guys usually can't hear the trains, it's true. They're, I've just got such an awesome microphone. Okay. We've only got one rocket guy. And they're back here. Prepare for stun rocket if needed. Dave? Ah, I realize I may have made a slight miscalculation. There is an elite guard right behind this wall. If I can destroy the wall, Dimitri can kill him. Okay, that's what we're going to do. It's going to be super safe. Excellent. We can still get that rocket next turn if I want it. And Dimitri... Got him. Ooh, rail minigun. Look at the damage. Oh, you don't know what it's like to have a train coming through all the time. I see what you mean. Yeah, if you live out in the middle of nowhere, the trains... Well, there's two things. You could live far enough away that the trains go full volume because they can... Because there's no limits to their volume because they're far away. Or they just don't need to toot their horns very much, so it's fine. But if you live in a city, although they might have a maximum reduction, they're always very noisy going through intersections because, you know, people. People gonna people. Alright. This is looking good. He just fell asleep. Excellent. Alright, Pro Tank. You're getting closer to the tank duel. If I do off C-Team... you know what? If you win, you can... C-Team continues. But if you lose the tank duel, then I just disband C-Team. No pressure. But you just did 600 damage, so... you know, odds are looking pretty good for C-Team right now. Every now and then we gotta have, like, a challenge. The enemy tank is garbage. Yeah, it's more of a suppression than a damage. It's a free pass. Well, you know. You gotta try to keep things interesting. Not everybody knows... Like, you know, maybe Pro Tank doesn't know how strong the alien tanks are. Gotta give him some hope. For, like, an interesting matchup. An epic battle between pro tank and not pro tank. Pro tank and scrub tank. I still don't trust this teleporter at all. Like, I don't know why I would go anywhere near it. Alright, you got hit twice, but it did 0 damage. You just hit it for 600, it hit you twice for 0. So far, Pro Tank has pro stats. And Scrub Tank, not so pro stats. Another 300 damage for Pro Tank, putting him up by about 900 or so. This is a smackdown. We need like the football announcers. I haven't seen a matchup this lopsided since when blah 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 won the cup. I don't know a lot of sports, but you know, if you watch sports, you know one of those probably. Or soccer, you know, whatever, sports balls. You know how it goes. This is not safe, but Almiron, head on out. I'm just glad we finally got through the swamp. Oh, we could check if, oh, look, another dead, Reaper. You know, the farmers, they do a pretty good job killing these Reapers. They don't all survive, of course, but they got Gauss shotguns. They're killing Reapers. Pro Evolution Soccer lineup. Yeah, I mean, I've heard it. Like, I know the meme or whatever a little bit. It's like the John Madden, you know, or whatever it is, the best way to win the game is to score the most points kind of dumb narration. But yeah, I don't actually actively watch any sports these days. I used to watch hockey when I was younger, you know, Canadian, hahaha. But like, it's been quite a while since I've really stayed up to date on any sports. There was a little while where I watched some competitive video gaming, like StarCraft 2 and stuff like that, but I never really got into League or any of the other whatever lane PvP type stuff. I'm like vaguely familiar with how like Counter-Strike matches go for some of the more professional runs. But again, I've never really played those kind of games, so. Expert Bomber, excellent. Now we just need a normal. Now we need a Battleship operator if we can find one. But yeah, he's good and snoozing. BlueAnkylo. See, if I was a real boomer, I would watch, you know, baseball, football, whatever. All the classic local sports teams. I don't do that, so I can't be a real boomer. Somebody needed to reload back there. Probably Sonic Sniper. Always needs to reload. Yeah. Really hard to overwatch when you're not even loaded. Ah, 2 more hits from Scrub Tank for 0 damage. Here they come. I knew they were in there. Alright, the Sebillian wall begins to shoot from the door. You watch CSGO. It takes a certain amount of another 200 damage. And a miss. Oh, Pro Tank, you missed. You can't be a Pro Tank if you miss. But yeah, I found like most of those high level games, even sports games, but like to actually listen to good commentary for pro teams of any activity, I suppose, you have to be like passingly familiar with it yourself. Like, okay, seeing as I don't really play Counter-Strike at all, ever. I have never played a Counter-Strike match because I don't do online PvP, online shooters. But, like, I know first-person shooters, right? And I know the general 5v5 kind of matchup. It's, like, that's not that complicated. But when you start, like, it's just, like, you have to know the map and stuff because the commentators are, like, assuming you know a lot about the game. And, they start talking about, oh, this is play this number, and not quite like that. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's gonna sound dumb, but you know what I mean. Like, you've got to know the game itself fairly well to watch it and not just be totally confused. Zamboni racing? I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. It is our mascot, national mascot, of course. The Zamboni. I used to keep up on hockey a bit. You know, Vancouver's got a hockey team. I don't think they've ever done anything spectacular. Not sure the last time they even made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, to be totally honest. Used to watch Canadian football a little bit. So if you're American, Canadian football is mostly the same as your football, except a little different, some minor tweaks, bigger field, less downs. If you're not American, football is not your football, but the other football where you throw the ball and don't kick the ball. I always have fun. Because we're streaming at a time of day where there's probably more Europeans listening than North Americans on average. So, you know. Alright, don't worry. Pro Tank versus Scrub Tank. You played CSGO at a decent level. Short B, long A. Yeah, etc. All that stuff. Yeah. That's the problem is, like, I need, like, a commentator for Scrubs that just is like, this is so-and-so's view. They're gonna go to the capture point and kill whoever's guarding it. Oh, they killed the guy. He's dead now. Like, you know, like, what a good shot. I can understand, like, FPS lingo. Just be like, man, what a good snipe. Headshot. Instead of, like, you know, I don't know. I can't say it because I don't know the CSGO lingo. For you, it's all football? Yeah, I know. For us, soccer is, the definition is generally in North America, at least. I don't even know for Mexico. At least United States and Canada. Soccer is the game you play at the World Cup with your feet, and football is the game that you play in America with your hands. In fact, you're only allowed to kick the ball at certain... Well, no, you can kick the ball, just you generally don't. It's not a round ball. It's obloid. Good spray by XY. Middle is now open for a nice push. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, sports lingo is like that anyway. I'm not trying to pick on Counter-Strike or anything, but yeah, if you're not familiar with the game, it can be rather confusing what the announcers are saying. So I launched a smoke rocket into the doorway. That's always fun. I was kind of expecting some likelihood of Reapers coming out after we opened the doorway up, but they didn't. So we'll move up a little here. It's going to take a couple turns to get through the swamp. And, like, that was kind of my problem for StarCraft. I used to watch, like, competitive StarCraft 2. In fact, you know, here's a little story for you guys. This is... Man, I must be getting old. StarCraft 2. Okay, it took a while, but Pro Tank defeated Scrub Tank. It did take a lot of shots. Like 2,000, 3,000 damage. So... I started Let's Playing, I don't know how many years ago now. 7 years ago? 8 years ago? It's been a while. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. And the reason I even heard about Let's Playing, like, before I started Let's Playing, I watched Let's Players. And before I watched Let's Players, I didn't even know it was a thing. So if you go back in BlueAnkylo time, how long I've been Let's Playing, if you add a year, that's how long I watch people Let's Play. And if you add another year... That goes all the way back to when StarCraft 2, I'm pretty sure that's when StarCraft 2 came out, and I started watching, because I played StarCraft 2 a bit, not so much online, but I liked the game. And that's when I heard about streamers that played video games. So there was streamers, I mean, well, yeah, like this. Except back then there wasn't like millions of them. And so I used to watch a little bit of Team Liquid. You may have heard of them. They're one of the big competitive sports groups these days. But back then, they weren't that big. You know, they were smaller. And so they had a website, and this was before... YouTube definitely did not have streaming. I don't even think Twitch had streaming back then. People just streamed, like... I don't even know what the names of the stuff was. I guess it was Justin TV back then, if you were using what is now Twitch. But, like, it was all different, you know. Okay, showing your age there, but, you know, whatever. It was all different. People... Back then, it wasn't all... Everyone used the same... it wasn't like everybody was on Twitch. There was a bunch of different things. Nowadays, it's kind of... Seems like Twitch has got the market for live streaming. Especially live streaming video games. Anyway, so... The first time MySpace. Zanga. Was it Zanga? I think Zanga came before MySpace. There's been so many dumb social media sites. But yeah, so anyway, my point is, I didn't even know video gaming online was a thing. I thought people just played by themselves. No one... The idea of commentating a video game was absurd. I had, as a kid, watched a little bit of... whatever it was called. There was a TV show with competitions. Kind of like... game shows with... Except video games. So, kind of like the movie... I forget the name of the movie. The one where they play Mario 3. The Wizard, I think it's called The Wizard. And again, showing my age a little bit. Just a little, but, there was a movie about a video game competition, and that's where the It's So Bad Power Glove thing came from and all that. A lot of you modern kids memes comes from these old videos. That's how it works. So anyway, as a kid, I remember thinking, wow, that was cool, right? Like, people who play video games, and I would have loved to watch Let's Players as a kid, but there was no such thing. And there wasn't a lot of TV that did it either. So there was a couple of game shows that worked kind of like that. There was some movies. But they were just on, the old TV, where it's a little dangerous in here. They're only on at a certain time of day. You gotta ask your mom to watch the television or whatever, because there's only one TV in the house. The point is, it wasn't so easy to just watch stuff. So I very rarely got to see stuff like that. There was televised chess, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Did anyone watch that back in the day? But yeah, anyway, so as I grew up and I was at college and all that, I was pretty good. I was taking my computer degree and all that, so I was pretty good with computers. And I play StarCraft. I play video games. I've been a gamer forever. But so I started watching. Once I heard about it, I started watching some StarCraft 2 streamers. Not even. I don't even think they really had a lot of mini games back then. It was just online PvP. Matchup, ladder, ranking stuff, like just working your way through ladder and doing tournaments. And there'd be people doing, this modern live streaming where they'd have a mic set up sometimes. And I don't think really anyone had a face cam a whole lot back then, but at least they had audio. And I thought that was really cool. Now, I didn't realize at the time that it extended beyond StarCraft 2, of course. As far as I knew, it was just StarCraft 2 and other things like CSGO, competitive online stuff. But it was pretty quick once I found the StarCraft 2 online streaming that I'm like, maybe I should look around, and I found YouTube. And I knew about YouTube, and I watched all the silly dog videos back in the day, but I never thought of YouTube for gaming content back then. And I found some of the really early YouTuber Let's Players. Ended up kind of liking Get Daved. Get Daved is a cool Canadian dude. Lives in Alberta, so not even all that far away from where I live. And a few other people that I took a shining to. Never really got too comfy with the big Let's Players. Not that big back then is the same as big nowadays, but, back then a couple thousand was pretty big. I'm big by 2002 standards. But anyway, so I watched some of those, and to be fair, the quality of a lot of those old... the old Let's Players was generally a little bit poor. It was actually kind of difficult to get all your recording software done back then. Like, it came down to, like, Fraps, which recorded 100 gigabyte files, and then you had to do some video editing to make it work. Like compression and all that. Because also, people had less internet connection generally, less bandwidth. So it was tricky back then, and I was kind of a techie, so I'm like, hey, I could probably do it as good as these guys are doing, as far as... I'm not saying I'm going to be the epic comedian or genius commentator, but I thought tech-wise, as far as the setting up of the video and recording and stuff, I could definitely do that. Like, that's the kind of thing I was practically doing at school right then. That's a miss. So anyway, then I give it a try, and here we are. Streaming in 2020. But yeah, that's my story, Nothing special, just blue streams. Let's blow this guy up. I'm tired of going slow. This is how Blue became a speedrunner. Just ranting away at 1 in the morning on a Sunday night. I always kind of regret not getting started a little bit earlier. Oh yeah, I remember Day 9. I remember watching Day 9 before he was gigantic. Day 9 would have probably been one of the people that I watched early because I was into StarCraft 2 back then, and that was kind of my bridge into YouTube. And he was on YouTube pretty quick as well. In fact, was he primarily YouTube originally before he expanded onto live streaming? Like, he wasn't... It took a while for him to grow. He's obviously huge these days, but I don't think he started... Like, back when I was getting involved, it was much... you know, no one was quite that big anyway. But yeah, I watched a lot of, like, if I don't even know what he's doing these days, but 1F Jeff and his Voltron army was one of the early Let's Play groups. I've watched a lot of Deceased Crab, he's been around for ages. I mentioned Get Daved. Let's see, Quill 18 I used to watch a lot of before he got on the streaming side of things. Quill 18 is also Canadian. He lives out on the East Coast though. Who else was there? Nowadays, there's like a million... Everyone and their dog has a Let's Play channel, so... The competition is... Oh, that's what I was going to say. So yeah, every now and then I got a little bit like... Boy, if I just started a little bit earlier, I could have got into this before it got flooded. Because I had the ability, like, I had the technical ability anyway, before it got super easy. Not that it's... Well, I don't mean to be dismissive, but it's just a lot easier now than it used to be to upload. Yeah, Civ. Quill used to do all kinds of Civilization and stuff. I don't know what he's been doing lately, but he seemed like a pretty cool dude. I think he is another software developer of some sort. Yeah, Get Dave does software development. Quill did software development. I do software development. It's probably a reason why I watch people that are Canadian and also do similar types of stuff as I do. It's crazy, I know. But yeah, I think if you, like, it seems like the rule of YouTube is always, if you started earlier, when there was less competition, you'd have a much, much better chance to keep popular. Like, if your goal is to get lots of views, you should have always started last year. Like, whenever you start is too late. Good job, just blow that up randomly. Thanks there, Sebillian. Now, fortunately, I've never cared a whole lot about being the huge popular YouTuber guy. That's not really my point here, but if you wanted that kind of thing, travel back in time. Because nowadays there's a million people all trying to do it, and it's much easier, so everybody can get into it without a whole lot of hardware or anything. Basically, like, back in whatever this was, so I think this is like 7 years ago, I'm thinking, give or take. Back 7 years ago, you had to have a pretty good computer for the hardware. Like, processing the videos was difficult. It's still a little difficult, but it's not nearly the same with modern hardware. Back like in 2013 or whatever, you needed like to spend money on a higher ranking computer, right? Like you got to have good CPUs and stuff. You also need a lot more internet speed. Like nowadays, everyone's got pretty good upload download. I mean, I say everybody. I know lots of people still struggle with that, but hey, it's more common than it was 7 years ago. And what else was there? Just like that. Even the software. Actually, I would say the software is actually maybe the biggest thing. It used to be there was no automatic, like, this software will just automatically do all the stuff for you. You used to have to choose. Oh, it gets real technical. I don't know if any of you guys ever tried out a bit of Let's Playing, but like the actual encoding settings for your video, they used to be like there was no guidelines, there was no YouTube recommendation. This bitrate for that, this encoding style for that. It was just Wild West. Pick whatever, and it worked or it didn't, or it sounded okay, or the video looked all bad. So you had to do it yourself. You had to kind of learn what you were doing. Nowadays, you know, OBS just does it for you, basically. Just say high quality, and OBS has got your back. The software with a watermark, probably Fraps. Fraps was freeware, but if you recorded longer than a few minutes, it added a little watermark or something. But there was lots of stuff like that, too. Fraps was just one of the big ones, because it was kind of low weight on your CPU. Yeah, Bandicam was popular, too. Fraps is like huge file size with with perfect quality basically, but was also freeware, and then you had to they advertised for you to pay for it. And then Bandicam was also one of the better ones. I say better, one of the other ones that had a free version. I wouldn't say they were good at all by modern standards. They just well, they were all you had, so. And some were like real bad. Some were like Power Glove bad. Yeah, Fraps was like easy to use. The trick with Fraps was just figuring out how to take those raw files and then upload them to YouTube, because you had to encode them, and that took a lot of time as well. Like, I remember in the early days, I would record a video back on my older computer, like multiple older computers. I would record a video. Let's say I recorded a 20-minute video. No big deal. Back in the day, they were all shorter. I remember YouTube when they had a 10-minute upload max. Unregistered hypercam, yeah, that was one too. So if I recorded a 20-minute gameplay, 20-minute episode, no big deal, right? You talk. Hopefully you don't have to do a lot of editing. I was never a huge fan of like the fancy editing where you take a video and you splice it all up and cut stuff out or whatever. I just, 20 minutes of gameplay is good enough for me. It would take me, I forget the exact ratio. I had it all mathed out at one point. But just to encode the video so that I could upload it to YouTube, it would take more than double that time. I think it was 20 minutes of video took around 40 minutes of encoding, depending on the settings I wanted to use. But to make it look anywhere near decent, it was at least 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 of the length of the video. So, okay, 20 minutes now is 60 minutes, because it's 20 minutes of recording plus 40 minutes of CPU time. And then I had to upload it, and I had a terrible internet connection back then. And it would be, sheesh, it was more like 10 to 1 for that. So 20 minutes of episode would take like 3 hours of uploading, if not more. So I couldn't upload more than 1 or 2 a day at the most. So there really was no option for long videos over and over again. Yeah, there's NVIDIA's got a recording driver on the GPU. It depends on what you're trying to do. It's better for some things, worse than for other things. It takes the load off your CPU and lets your GPU do the video encoding, which is something that GPUs are good at, generally. But if you're playing a game that's kind of GPU loaded, very high on your, like, or if you got a weaker graphics card or the game itself uses a lot of graphics memory, then it's a bad idea. For me, because I've got like a modern Ryzen, I've got like 8 cores, 16 threads, whatever the modern sort of up-to-date Ryzen stuff is. It's much easier to just offload a couple CPU cores and let the CPU do the encoding. Or I'd have to go spend more money on a video card. I'm not so much for Xenonauts, but, There you go, there's your specs. That's the one. I say modern, it's not brand new, but it's not that old. Like, it's pretty close. Yeah, you couldn't even watch high quality YouTube without having good download speed. This weapon's not gonna do anything. This was just a scouting mission. Those things are, the Gauss SMG won't work there. So there is 2 guys guarding the next floor. There's a reason I'm moving up slow. I know the speed run is slowing down a little bit here. We have the same GPU. I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest, but when I got it, my previous GPU's fan had died, and I didn't really have an option because I couldn't, like, do anything. I have no backup graphics card at the moment, so my current graphics card's fan died, or my previous one, that is, and I can't remember what number it was, but a couple generations older. It was not time to upgrade my GPU, and I didn't have the money ready, and I didn't want to upgrade it because it was fine, but it died, and such as is. So I had to go spend the money to get a new graphics card, and I cheaped out a little bit because I didn't have, a good graphics card is still like $300 or $400. I never liked spending that much. So I just got, the 1060 there, and it's fine, but it was more of a side grade. Even when I got it, it wasn't any better than my previous graphics card, really. It's just a little bit more modern, but not enough to make a big difference. So I just felt like I spent a lot of money and I didn't get much out of it. So it was kind of a regret, but it was more because the fan died, and it was I tried to look into like replacing the fan, and it was going to cost me a lot of money just to get a specific fan for my old graphics card. They're not as easy to change as like a CPU fan or a case fan. Case fan, $10, have a new case fan, no big deal. But GPU fans are a bit more of a pain. Okay, so we know there's a pretty good guard on the next floor. We're going to move up there, but we're going to do it smart. Also, there's a Praetor on this ship. Should probably make a quick save, hey? I mean, I like building PCs. You know what? I'll take that. He managed to shoot some damage on our shield, but that worked out pretty much fine. Yeah, I was building custom PCs back in high school pretty quick because I was into tech at the time, and it was always cheaper, especially back then. It was definitely cheaper than buying a pre-built. The pre-builts back when I was in high school were not as good. Nowadays, they're still probably overpriced, but at least there are companies that will pre-build for you with kind of the specs you want. There's a lot more options. Back in my day, not so much. You'd get ripped off pretty quick. I remember my mom not trusting me, so she wanted to buy her own rather than let me help her. So when I was in like early college age, totally knew how to build a computer. Had already done a couple. She bought herself a fancy. She spent like $3,000 or $4,000 to buy some pre-built piece of crap. It had oh, what was the name of that RAM? Any of you other old tubers? It's not. Oh, what was the name of that stuff? Even when I was in university, it was like never use this. It's kind of like the difference between VHS and Betamax for even older tubers. It was a different kind of RAM. Rhombus or something? I forget the name. I feel like it starts with an R. Anyway, it was technically slightly faster in terms of memory frequency, but that has never made any difference at all in ever. So even now, it doesn't really matter at all. I mean, someone will get in an argument with me over it, but 90% of the time, the frequency of your RAM doesn't make any difference. So anyway, she spent all this money and had the fancy RAM, and she got sold on the sales pitch, and she was so happy with it. And then I'm like, I researched it, and I'm like, no, this is actually probably slower than my computer that's 3 years old and cost me like $500. But she was happy, and I didn't want to, you know, be a bad kid or whatever. I got to be careful with my Overwatch. There's going to be another operator up here. Or hopefully there's another operator up here. But anyway, the point is, like, back in those days, the pre-builds were more likely to be pre-built rip-offs than anything you should spend your money on. We used to buy, not me, but people used to buy, what was the name of the brand up here in Canada? They were like, I wonder if this will kill this guy. It probably won't. Good luck, Sotraz. Well, I'm sure, yeah, I mean nowadays in the sense that there probably are better options available, at least, if you do a little bit of digging around. Like, I'm sure you can go on the internet and get ripped off, 100%. But if you ask in the right place, someone will just do it for you at a low... like, you can go to a computer shop and actually have someone build you one that's not a rip-off, if you go to the right place. And it's just, back in the day, there was not as many options for that. Anyway, there was a name we used to always make fun of, because everyone bought one of their pre-builts, which, it wasn't even called a pre-built, it was just a standard PC back then. It's one of those, I forget the brand even nowadays. It's been so long, they've died. I'm sure they're dead by now. I hope they're dead by now. My dad and I used to still joke about it every now and then. I think he's got one of the old... It's like... Oh man, we're talking like Pentium 2 kind of era. Back when the Celerons were out. The Celeries that had nerfed hardware stats to be a little bit cheaper and were terrible. Walmart PCs, yeah, okay, I wouldn't trust that much. That's true. But like there are good computer shops out there, right? Like... Your dad is building one right now? Cool. If you're at all interested and you haven't done it, you should go learn how to do it. Save yourself some money next time you want to build a computer. Now, did I bring any antimatter reloads? The answer is no. C-Team doesn't get extra reloads. You got one more shot, Niflheimer, and that's it. Alright, so yeah, be careful with Overwatches. We want to catch the Praetor, I guess. We might just kill him. I didn't bring like 5 stun rockets this time. Be careful with these shotguns. Oh, he builds them and sells them. There you go. Yeah, that's not bad. I thought about doing that for a little bit. I hate IT tech support, though, as a general rule of thumb. It's not the same as building and selling the machines, but you kind of get tied into tech support. I hate dealing with people's troubleshooting problems. I did that for a while back on back when I was going to university. I was pretty handy with a computer, and it was sure not hard to install some antivirus and run some utilities to clean your computer up pretty fast. Install an ad blocker or something. So you could certainly make some money doing that. You still could, I'm sure, but just dealing with people doing dumb stuff on the computers. I don't like fighting with computers as much as I used to. There was a time when I kind of enjoyed fighting through some technical difficulties and making it work, but I just kind of want. I don't like my main computer going down anymore. I just want it to be stable. That's why I'm getting so mad at Windows 10, because it feels like I'm fighting against the operating system to get it to do what I want. Yeah, everyone's cousins with... Everyone who knows someone who works in IT, or has any kind of computer knowledge, they want you to troubleshoot their printer or something. Alright, we're going to move up to this door. One shot's not going to kill an operator, that much I'm sure of. We're going to move some power armor guys that don't have overwatches. I said don't have overwatches up as well. I don't think the operator would actually come down to chase us, but I mean, why be dumb right now? Easy enough to waste some time units. I guess the next technically power armor is this guy. Dave the Cow. He could definitely kill an operator though. Or his friends. And then we've got pretty much everyone else ready to go. A couple shotguns, a couple rifles. Approaching breach point. And I missed one power armor. Classic. I've probably missed a couple people, if you're totally honest. There should be a symmetrical ship back here. So who did I forget? Oh! Yellow Yoshi. You got a current PC from an online company where you pick the parts. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. As long as you're a little bit careful where you shop, if you don't want to build your own, but you know a little bit about how to build one, you can let someone else put it all together, and you just have to... They can help work with you on what kind of stuff you want in it. You still have to put a bit of time into it, I'm sure, but... Yeah, no, I've heard of stuff like that. That's kind of what I was referring to nowadays. Back when my mom got ripped off, it was more... She went to a little computer shop, and a salesman, kind of like a used car salesman, sold her on whatever he had in stock. Not that my mom is the best at shopping, let's say. She might get ripped off more often than I would like to hear. Well, Dave took a tiny bit of damage. I'm gonna go scout this out. Okay, that's the operator. And then there's one guy right behind me, right? Yeah. Looks like this room's gonna have a fair amount of defense. The last time we got to the bridge on a actually terror mothership, totally different than a battleship, there was nothing up here. This is a little bit different. We should try to kill this guy, though. He used his time unit, so he doesn't get a reaction shot. There's a lot of guys up there, though. So we need someone who can get out there and shoot that punk. Oh, this is where we need that antimatter pistol. Would have been really good for this turn. 83. You can do a volley and get back down. Good luck, Dave. Easy. But you don't want to be up there any longer. Get out of the way. Alright. Now for this turn, we want to catch that operator. Dave is our rocket guy. Rocket man. We do have a couple of these charges ready to go. And because this is a proper defended bridge, we're going to want to be a little bit smart about how we do that. So Sotraz will take this charge next turn. Now that I've killed these two guards, I don't think... I mean, it's unlikely that anything else is going to come downstairs. Possible, always. Likely, not so much. Sells, like, mid-tier computers to old people. Yeah, that's probably a good way to do it, too. You really don't need, like, a high-profile CPU, GPU type stuff just for regular use. The joke when I was in university, probably still a thing. Everybody when they went shopping, and even my mum, when I'm making fun of my mum for buying that ridiculous computer back when whatever Pentium 3s were new or something like that. Everyone used to go in and the rule was always like, you only need a fancy graphics card or something if you want gaming or video editing. And this was video editing back, I don't know, in the old days. There's no modern software, so old school, like, I want to make a movie video editing, not video game editing. And everyone would always say, yeah, I'm totally going to do video editing one day. So everyone would always pay the extra money and get the fancier graphics card. They'd never install a single game or ever actually do any video editing because it's, like, hard. Like, you know, it's like using Photoshop. You don't just, like, do a little bit of casual video editing on a Friday night. So it seems like everyone was getting ripped off trying to buy fancier computer parts than needed because the salesman was always like, I don't know, man. If you want to do video editing, you better get this fancy RAM or something dumb. So they'd buy it, and then they'd tell me, I'd be like, well, you probably could have saved like $1,000 if you didn't do that. But hey, it's your money. Hey, look, it's a Praetorian. I don't know where the operator went. I would like to know. Well, good thing we had a shield. So this guy, the shield did not block very much damage. I even went up the teleporter with the shield facing the direction of the Praetor. See, guys, these guys are pretty dangerous. Of course, it's C team that gets to see what actually they do. But hey, by the way, they can nearly kill you in one shot, even if you have a shield and top of the line armor. Dang. Let's slow it down here a little bit. So, count your lucky stars there, Soltraz. You could have died. 100%. Oh, dang it. Well, that's not good. Good luck. That's not great. Well, you're technically in cover. We're gonna... I don't even see the operator here. I was gonna bring the shock charge up, and then I forgot. Now we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do something different. I didn't prepare well enough. This is my bad. I got talking about stuff, and then this all happened. Alright. The good news is the rocket hit. The rocket connected. And Soltraz is fine. We're going to send Niflheimer. I hope he's got the TUs to do this. I can't just run over there and drop it anymore, so you got to actually, like, throw it. So... that sucks. This stuff is not very good for throwing things. If we fall asleep, the shock charge and the shock grenade will drop on the ground. It's primed, so it will trigger. Might lose me an antimatter pistol. What if we drop these here? Well, you did not get as far as I was hoping. That was 2 steps in the extreme gas. But there's a shock charge in range of the Praetor. Well, stop having overwatches, punk. Let's just pick these up. The smoke can stay there, that doesn't matter. Elmira. How are we gonna deal with this punk? 1 shot. It's 25 damage. I should have grouped up around... Okay, my problem was I didn't really, like, commit here. I should have had everyone ready to do this for realsies. Well, I think now that I did not commit, we're gonna not commit anymore this turn. I'm just gonna get more people injured right now, and honestly, the top floor might work out anyway with what we've currently done. Maybe. But yeah, that obviously was not ideal. And unfortunately, Dave is still up here. He wasn't supposed to stay up here, or we were supposed to actually cover him, and then we didn't do any of that. So, C team. See ya, team. Alright, well, he moved out of the way. Warder armor is still pretty good, though, right? That's not good. Dave! Why is there so many guys up here? Uh-oh. His armor's looking pretty shredded. Also, this thing didn't explode. I primed it, right? That should have worked. Now, it wouldn't have hit anything, I don't think, but... I'm pretty sure that... Maybe the game doesn't let you do that. You have to actually manually drop it down? Well... Well... He's alive! Alright, so... Well, we used an entire medkit on him. An entire tier 4 medkit to do that. Things are definitely looking a little bit sketchy. I think I'm not going to go up this turn. Am I going to go up this turn? Nah, I'm going to go up this turn. Everyone's used their reaction fire already. Worth it. Wait, what? Oh, friggin' Guardian armor. You can't even throw... I'm so used to my shield guys being able to run up, throw a thing, and get away, but now we can't do that. Don't use that teleporter. Alright. We're gonna do some damage to this guy. He's taking some stun damage. This is, not ideal. No doubt about it. Not ideal. I could have just killed him right there. I'm glad they don't auto-teleport you when someone's standing on it. Alright, come on. Amazing grenade throw. Come on, King Sarius. That was a bad throw. Totally garbage. Well, frick. And I can't... Oh, this is so bad. None of this is working. Blue, what are you doing? You're gonna get everybody killed. C-Team can't handle this kind of pressure. I mean, that's gotta help. That's gotta help. Alright, good job, Yellow Yoshi. I sure hope I didn't kill the operator, but at this point, I don't even know where the operator is, and everything has gone sideways. Oh, we've got some... See, the Predator also steals your time units. So sometimes, part of the problem with my movement is I didn't check to see if we started at full. I didn't even bring the right grenade. Okay, that hit him. Okay. This is fine. Good thing I didn't bring any extreme smoke grenades. That would have been real handy. Would have been real handy right about now to have some extreme smoke. Alright. Well, yeah. Just, Technically, no one's dead yet. This is not good for Sotraz. Praetor's not done. He's in the side room. Sebillians are all regenerating. Ha! Blue Goo got him! Ha! Blue Goo got him! Yes! Blue Goo! The best kind of goo. Alright, now I know there's stuff back here. Can't friggin' fool me, game. There's a lot of stuff, though. That might have been a bad idea to open that door. I don't even... We saw the operator, right? I came up here, saw the operator, and then I went back down. Next turn, he was gone. So maybe, like, they ate him? Okay. I don't trust this guy. Super! I love that gun. It's the best friggin' gun we ever threw on the ground. Well, that's pretty good. By the way, did I mention that rail carbines are good? This is the first time we fired one, but look at that! I don't even care if we captured them or not. It doesn't even matter. That was very effective. Sweet. Okay, the most dangerous unit is now dead. So, with that, get out of the way. Next. This is an ambush waiting to kill me. We need him to die. We're going to take some damage here, Lone Eagle. Maybe not. Maybe he just ran in the corner and was dumb. Just not enough time used to fire, I guess. Maybe he was back here last turn and then ran up but couldn't fire at us, so just hid. Okay, Harridan. Okay, hold on. What are we doing with Soltraz up here? Scouting? Should he scout or should he just run away? He should scout. Okay, 2 guys plus whatever's behind that door. There's at least 1 Harridan behind the door. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a satisfying sound effect. That's a satisfying sound effect on that rail gun. That rail carbine. Oh, it's got a nice whack. They should just use the Doom shotgun sound. That would be the best. That's all you need. Yeah, that's some satisfaction for me. I still have no idea where the operator went. I guess it's likely the operator just fell asleep in the gas, but I never specifically saw him. Other than the first turn, I never actually saw him back there. No, let's not do that. Good. I'll take suppression for 200. Thank you very much. Okay, that smoke grenade really saved my butt. Yeah, no doubt about it. Very good black smoke grenade. Totally saved us. We just need to, you know, handle things up here. Fire is bad for my wolf armor guys, but power armor is mostly okay. Didn't kill him or suppress him. Once again, the elite guys are pretty hard to suppress. Oh, dang it, Pixel! I should have counted. I just clicked randomly. Operator, you think is that one? Okay. If that's the one, that's good for us. Well, we're running out of dudes that can do anything. It's fine. Out of the way. Alright. We got 1 guy sleeping, 1 suppressed enemy, 1 not suppressed enemy. That's too bad. Hopefully everyone's in relatively good cover or smoke protection. Yeah, I'd rather have Epsilon out of easy shots. Okay, well, that's what we get. Looks like he's sort of panicking anyway, just running around dumb. Looks like there's... Nah, it's nothing. We're fine. I guess it was the Harridan shooting, it just didn't look like it. Oh, it was a different Harridan shooting that I couldn't see. Well, that's sneaky. You know, if you're gonna do sneaky things, you should prepare for sneaky prizes. Like an axing! Should've just done that in the first place, and then we could've axed the other one. Oh, so good. Big Muhammad! C-Team really pulling through here in the end. Been a rough bridge fight for sure, but I think we got it now. If this guy turns around and kills you, I'm going to laugh and cry. Nah, we're good. Whew! We got him! Battleship and Expert Bomber. No deaths. That was a bit of a crazy one. No new Praetor weapons, but we did see the effects of... Where is it? Probably scrolled right by it. Well, what was he using? Ah, the Reaper. So that was what the Reaper does, in case you're wondering. And that'll be 4 more antimatter for us, and 2 more operators for us. Excellent. That will hopefully, almost assuredly, get us 1 more data hack. So, excellent. I guess for those future tubers, we'll at least see if they give us a data hack. And we'll have to end the episode soon. But we'll interrogate these guys at the very least. And just to keep C-Team doing something, now that we've got more things to do, we've got a battleship to disassemble, and there should be 4 more antimatter. Potentially more. I'll have to go look through things, you know, once we, I like to go through these, make sure there wasn't any dark weapons hiding in there, but... Alright. Tough mission. Good mission. Scary at the top. The, interrogations rarely take very long. So the bomber op had a data hack number 12. Woohoo! And the other one probably won't. It's usually one or the other, so we'll see. Yeah. So that'll put us at 2 Sebillian data hacks and 2 Sizen data hacks. We still need to figure out the last couple. It also seems like there might not be Dreadnoughts at the beginning of Phase 4. So if you're looking for all the operators and all the tech, you might need to wait until the Dreadnoughts arrive. Unless we just haven't been lucky enough to see one. Because there's a Dreadnought operator, and I don't think that's on the mothership. So we'll have to see those. Anyway, somewhere in here, data hacks. Did I just skim right by them? 998. So there, yeah, we got Sebillian 10, Sizen 11, and then Sizen 12, and now Sebillian 12. So we're looking for Sizen 10 and Sebillian 11 still. And that'll be the last batch of technology. Alright, well, that's all for this episode. So thanks for watching, Future Tubers. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time as we find out where the science leads us. And, I mean, it's going to be some Mark III rail weapons, but maybe something else if we're lucky. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed, and have a great day.